course, I am Digi. I'm going to be hosting all of the podcasts, and hopefully they're enjoyable. Let's see how it goes. But today's main focus is going to be E3, because it's E3 week. We'll see how much Mokes has been keeping up with it. I've missed a little bit of today's, so maybe I can update myself on that. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be good. I'm just waiting for Mokes to finish up eating, and then he'll be in. So we'll see how it all goes. Oh, I think he's ready. Right, let's hop into this real quick then. Come on, come on. There we go. I think you're up and running. That better?
Yeah, I'm good.
We
I
good?
can probably turn my light on. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, man.
Alright, sweet. Okay, have you been keeping up with E3?
Haven't heard anything about it.
Have you not? You not been keeping up with E3 at all?
No, not at all.
Well, Sony decided they're not going to show up at E3, which I thought was interesting.
Did they announce any like big games?
No, well, Xbox have announced Halo Infinite, and they showed off their sort of like trailer for it and everything on their new console. It seemed like, which is called Project Scarlet.
That's cool.
So all of the stuff that they're saying that they can do with that console is kind of huge as well. It's saying like 8K capabilities. Jeez. And
8K.
Yeah, 8K. Up to 120 FPS as well. They're claiming that it's going to be better than PCs that are out on the market at the moment.
Really?
So.
Is there a price tag on it yet?
No, they haven't put a price tag on it, but they're saying next year is when they're planning on releasing it.
2020?
Yeah, but that's kind of scary though, because I don't want them to fuck up.
Yeah.
Because if they fuck up, then they've just done the exact same thing that they did with Xbox One when they were saying like, yeah, we've revolutionised the whole idea of a games console by, which no longer it's no longer a console, it's a entertainment system. And it was sad when it came out, and it was just so many people were ripping into it. Like, you had to buy it with the Kinect, which put an extra $120 onto the price tag on top of the $300 for the console as is. So I just hope that they don't do some dumb shit like that again. Were you always PlayStation, or did you sort of switch?
I've always had both.
You always had, what, you were lucky enough to always have both?
I started with a PS2 and an Xbox 360, and then we got a PS3, and I have a PS4 and an Xbox One.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I have got the PS4 and the Xbox One now, but I started with PS4. But Cash coming in, I want a monster. Cash, I've got a spare one, do you want it? Here you go. I know, so have you done the proper, like, you didn't do the proper gaming thing that people say that it is, like the proper actual gaming thing that people say you're meant to do if you're an actual gamer, apparently, is you start off with a PS1, then you move to a PS2, then you move to an Xbox 360, then you move to a PS4. That's like the way that people are saying that you're meant to do it. Like, those are like the consoles going from best to best in each generation.
Yeah. I've mostly played PlayStation though.
I loved PlayStation.
I didn't play my Xbox very much. I still don't play my Xbox. I literally don't touch my Xbox at all.
I think that Microsoft have screwed themselves with the Xbox One. Like, their game choices and their exclusives and everything were just shit this time round. PS4 have come out with The Last of Us Remastered, God of War, Spider-Man. Like, they're just such better games.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Like, the best that they've done is Gears of War 4. And the Xbox One's been out for, what? How long has they been around? Since 2012, right? Was it 2012, 2014?
2013.
2013. So 6 years. And the best game that they've probably, like, the best exclusive game that they've probably got on the Xbox One is the Gears of War 4. Or Halo 4. Or, yeah, because Halo 5 was garbage, what I've heard. Like, I've heard really bad things about Guardians.
I also just like the feel of the PlayStation controllers. You know how the two thumbsticks are beside each other rather than one being higher, one being lower. I don't like the higher lower thing.
I mean, I grew up with a GameCube, so I'm used to having a weird ass controller and everything like that. The analog sticks, like one of the like main C stick, which is like your R3.
Yeah. That
was like tiny. It was puny. It was the smallest little controller piece.
The only thing I played though was Pokemon Stadium.
Oh right, yeah.
I grew up on that game.
What was your first games console?
Including handheld.
Yeah, let's say including handheld. If you go for a proper console and then you go handheld.
It's a Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color.
Oh right.
My friend gave it to me for my birthday. Well, I think when I turned 7.
Wait, he just gave it to you, or?
He said he doesn't use it, so he gave it to me.
Fair enough. I mean, my parents would kill me if I did that with any of my consoles.
Yeah.
What about like a proper games console? What would you say?
My very first one was PS2.
Gee, are you quite young then?
Yeah.
How old are you?
16.
Oh, okay then. So I'm 20. So.
Yeah.
I grew up with a GameCube. And I wasn't lucky enough to have like a proper Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Advanced SP. But that shit was solid. I had it in the silver as well. That was an amazing handheld console. But I grew up on that.
The game he gave with me, or the game he gave to me with the Game Boy Color, I think it was a same Bears game. It was like a rip-off of Mario.
But it's still Nintendo though, so.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I mean, I grew up with
same idea.
Yeah, I grew up with Spyro, Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro, I like that game.
Have you played the Reignited trilogy? Have you?
No.
Yeah, so
I don't remember what game it was. But...
the new ones that come out, the remastered, I've played through as well, and they're just awesome.
That's cool.
Really brought back a lot of memories. So, but my first ever game that I remember playing, like the earliest game I remember playing, was on the GameCube, and I'm not sure if anybody else had it or not. But if anybody's in the chat who might have had it, they might remember it. It was a game called Donald Duck PK.
No idea.
Yeah, so basically what it was is you played as Donald Duck, and
really?
like aliens or something. I can't remember exactly. It invaded Earth, and do you know like the grandpa version of Donald Duck, like the really old duck?
Yeah.
Like he created like a suit that turned Donald Duck into like a superhero basically, and you would have to like run around and shoot all the enemies and everything. It was 3D and all of that as well. So
that's weird.
It was awesome though. It was like one of my earliest memories was playing Donald Duck PK. And anytime I speak to somebody about Donald Duck PK, they've never heard of it. It's always just the same, like, no, I've never heard of that game. Like, really? Are you serious? That was a fucking great game. Like, no, I've never heard of it. So, alright then, fair enough. Fair enough. Moth.
PS4 is releasing an Avengers game in 2020.
Yeah, they are. I saw the trailer for it. It looks awesome. That's Square Enix. So that was yesterday.
Square Enix?
Yeah.
Dude, I played the shit out of Dragon Quest Monsters.
Oh, really? They're bringing out
I loved that game as a kid.
They're bringing out a remaster of Dragon Quest 2, I think it is.
Like the one. Is it going to be a remaster of the version that you catch the monsters and you can fuse them and everything? Or is
I'm
it
not
gonna
sure.
be
Either
like
it's a
the newer ones where you
remastered
fight
or
as
it's like
hero?
or is it Dragon Quest, like Dragon Quest 11 maybe? I think it might be a new one. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I
But
played through all of Dragon Quest 11. It took me like almost 95 hours, but it's a really grindy game, and I like the older ones better because you could you could capture all the monsters and you could fuse them and whatever.
It sounds very Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I liked it. But
I mean,
it was a lot harder than Pokemon. Like you actually had to use the brain. I remember the last fight. I think I was on the last fight for almost a month before I finally got it.
I mean, I know
But that was
I
like 10
don't
or
think
11.
I've ever properly played a Square Enix game. Like I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I've never played a Dragon Quest game.
I've never played Final Fantasy.
No,
I've played most
I just
Dragon
don't
Quest.
I just don't fuck with it, to be honest with you. It's not really my type of game. And also I've never played. I think the only one that I've actually played is Dying Light, and even then I wasn't a huge fan of that. And they've announced Dying Light 2 as well, so I was kind of like, oh okay, then shit, fair enough, because they had just like it was DLC or something for Dying Light that they sold on its own. I can't remember what it was called, but that wasn't very popular either. But yeah, I mean, Square Enix did quite well with theirs. The Nintendo Direct today was awesome. I think it's been the best one that they've had.
What did they announce?
So they've announced, they were showing like the new updates to Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that came through. They were showing the new updates to the new Animal Crossing game, and they've released a new date for that as well, which is March 20th, 2020. So it was meant to be like October time of 2019, but they've moved the date. So there was a lot of unhappy people, but at the same time I'm kind of hyped. They showed the gameplay for the new Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is a remake of Legend of Zelda 2, I think it is. Like it's a remastered version of that, but you can play it in classic mode as well for the Switch.
Cool.
New Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games as well, which I'm looking forward to. And also the brand new Legend of Zelda, like the sequel to Breath of the Wild as well. So, like huge games all the way through, just constant updates on each of those games.
Yeah.
I immediately got my phone and messaged a couple of my friends because they've been talking about Animal Crossing for ages, because they've just not updated people, and they were getting really irritated. And I was like, finally it's been announced, and they're just like, yeah, but it's not coming out until next year, and then next year it's going to be given another announcement, and it's not going to come out until the year after that. We're just never going to see the fucking game.
Yeah. Honestly.
But it looks good. It looks really good. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be the first Animal Crossing game that I play.
I remember playing one on mobile. It got really big in my school. Literally everyone played it. I started.
Yeah,
it was like Pokemon Go all over again.
But the Pokemon Go fell through nearly as quick as like any mobile game.
Oh, that one's so fast.
Like I remember playing it for about 2.5 weeks and just getting bored because I just couldn't find new Pokemon anywhere. So I live by the sea, so I was just constantly getting water-based Pokemon.
Yeah. They didn't do much of it. Like,
No.
There was no updates or anything. There was just nothing happening. It was all the same thing over and over again.
But the new like Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu stuff for the Switch has been really quite popular. Like, loads of people have been enjoying that.
I sold my Switch.
You sold it?
I sold my Switch with the it came with the Fortnite code with the
right.
Switch skin, and I sold it for $750.
How'd you manage that?
The guy really wanted the code, and he said there's none in his area, so I had to ship it to him.
Right.
He paid for the shipping as well, and oh my god, it made bank off of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, you see, I can't give up consoles most of the time. I struggle to.
I didn't even pay for it. I won it in a tournament.
Ah, fair enough. No, that's even better. So you You got the good side of it. What tournament was that?
EGLX in 2018.
Ah, okay. What other tournaments and everything is it that you've played in, or is it just EGLX that you've played?
I've played in a few of the EGLX ones. They usually happen around Halloween, and they're in Toronto, if you know where that is.
Yeah, up in Canada.
I've been to one in Quebec. I forget what it was called. It was something in French.
Are you Canadian, are you?
Yeah. I don't think I've been to too many else. Nothing major, at least.
How did you find Devise then? Or did they find you?
Through Twitter.
King, thanks very much for the luck, buddy. Appreciate it. Through Twitter. Yeah, they found me on Instagram.
That's cool.
So I was on, I was uploading a couple of clips for Call of Duty onto my Instagram, and I think that must have been how they found me then, because it was just out of nowhere. I just got a follow from Devise, and then followed them back, and then noticed in that exact same day that they had announced the RC, and then yeah, I just made one video that I edited together very quickly that I thought was quite funny, sent it to both Avid and Hive, and then they're like, that shit was awesome, definitely try and give you a message at the end of the RC or something. I was like, okay, thank God for that, let's see how we do. And I started streaming a little bit as well. Then next thing I know, at the end of February, I'm on Devise. And here I am now. Like, how many months has it been? Yeah, so 4 months in and I'm already project manager.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, well, the job opening was there, so I took it. Did what I could. Now the podcast as well, and we'll see where this goes. Hopefully I can get some more people on. It's a shame.
Yeah, is anyone else? I haven't looked at Discord yet.
I asked a few people on Twitter if they're free at all, but they might not be, which is fine. I mean, if Moth's still in the chat and he's free and he wants to join up, he can join up. I'm fine with that. Because I know that they've released some stuff about Modern Warfare as well. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else was there in E3? Actually, some other stuff. Damn, we went on a real tangent just there. What else was there at E3 today that was really... Ah, Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom was a good game.
Yeah, the sequel to it, they've announced as well. They've released some of the gameplay for it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it looks amazing. It's really fast paced.
I'd be kind of interested in that.
Yeah, even the PC version's stupid quick as well. They've like introduced a new dash feature to it. And like
even the PvE is quick, or is it just PvP?
PvE, both of it really.
Yeah, cool.
But they've got a PvP on now as well, which is where it's 2 demons versus the Slayer.
Oh yeah, they just had normal PvP in the last.
Yeah, but in this one, it's they've literally advertised it as Slayer skill versus demon strategy. So you get so every demon has got their own skill set and their own move set and everything that you can master, and then the Slayer you play as just to try to perfect being the Slayer. So all that you do as a Slayer is you just shoot and try to kill them, but you have to use tactics and call in other demons and everything as a demon in order to actually kill the Slayer in the time limit.
Oh, it's time limit. Okay.
I think it's a time limit, or it might be kill limit or something, but...
Sounds a little bit like Evolve.
hopefully it won't fall through like Evolve though, because Evolve
Yeah,
didn't
Evolve
just
was
fall through,
terrible.
it fell through. Like that was huge. I remember it when it first came out. Everybody was
Yeah.
excited and hyped about it, and
Sucks.
next thing you know, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, the game was. It wasn't even that bad of a game. I'm not really. I didn't play it. I didn't know. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't look like a bad game though. My friend had it.
I think that the main issue that people were saying was with Evolve is that you had to play online constantly, and there was just no real way of leveling up, and it was very pay to win. And they had sort of like screwed everybody over with DLC and stuff, and then they tried to make it up for it by giving like the DLC for free for the next couple of people, but that just pissed people off even more. And I think they shut down the servers for it and everything as well now. Like
Really?
they just completely gave up on it.
The same thing happened to Anthem. They shut down the servers.
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because Anthem really fell through.
Yeah, it did.
It was like the most hyped game of E3 last year because it looked insane. I was hyped for it, but I didn't want to pre-order it because I was afraid it was going to do a Watch Dogs. And it did. It did the exact thing that Watch Dogs did, which was overhype it, make it seem like it was going to be something that it's not, and then it fell through. And then it just wasn't a surprise when it fell through, because it was just expected.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Sucks when like you put that much effort into a game. Like they're like Evolve was a good looking game. Good
Yeah,
graphics
I mean,
whatnot. They must have put a lot of work into it.
it's not really too hard to put loads of graphics into it though, when you think about it.
Yeah, true.
But
Just any company will just do anything for
yeah,
money.
I mean you
So
can
they
just
make it
you
a
can just
pay-to-win
recycle an
and
engine,
stuff.
can't you? Because that's what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
They
They
just
upgrade
recycle
what they
engines.
have
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Use the same engine, put different faces on people, and there you go.
Yeah.
Because that's why people hated Fallout 76 so much. Because it was literally just copy and
so repetitive.
yeah, it was copy and pasted of Fallout 4, and they removed everything that people loved about Fallout 4 and tried to introduce new stuff with Fallout 76, and people just weren't happy.
Yeah.
I personally have never played a Fallout game. It doesn't seem like my type of game. Bethesda, as is, it has been Elder Scrolls for me near enough the entire time, and I love Elder Scrolls. So, I'm sticking with Elder Scrolls. Like, I'm sorry, Bethesda, but Fallout doesn't interest me, and 76 just proves to me why it's like that. I'm on the cusp of just saying that they should stop doing Fallout, stop doing Call of Duty, stop doing Assassin's Creed, because Call of Duty's falling down and falling through, and it has been for years now. There's no need to bring out any more of it. Fallout has had its time.
The way they could bring back Call of Duty is definitely with a Black Ops 2 remastered.
Maybe.
And no pay to win, no supply drops. Just copy paste Black Ops 2 and upgrade the graphics, and you'll be good.
Somebody at E3 had announced that they're not doing any like pay to win or anything like that on.
They always say that.
Like they've literally said that on the like the DLCs are going to be free. The upgrades to any weapons or anything like that is just going to be free as well, and it's just going to be constantly updated, and it's just going to be the game, the benchmark game, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they'll just update it.
I feel like companies say that though. Like Treyarch, they said that what is it? Black Ops 3 or no, Black Ops 4 would be like no supply drops, none of that. They added it in later. They wouldn't have a bunch of stuff in the store, and they ended up adding basically a Fortnite store where they sold red dot with a hole in it for $2. It was just like, it's just terrible. Because they keep saying things and they don't do them. They don't follow through because they want the money.
I think it's sad when they do stuff like that though. Like
Yeah, because people pre-order the game for like $150 or whatever, the most expensive version,
I don't
and
think that
they're
people should
so
be
hyped when they're ready
pre-ordering
to buy.
games anymore. Like I've given up with
Yeah,
pre-orders now. I can't do it anymore. If I pre-order something, I'm gonna screw myself, and I know that now.
yeah, because
I
you
could,
end up spending like double the price of the normal
yeah,
game.
exactly. And as is already, I pre-ordered Black Ops 4. I pre-ordered Black Ops 3. I
Yeah, I
pre-ordered
pre-ordered as well.
I pre-ordered. I think the first game where I realised that I shouldn't be pre-ordering was No Man's Sky.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
Because that came out, the first 30 minutes of it or so were brilliant. I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I'm having to figure out the rocks and everything like that. And then
Yeah,
I flew up and flew out, and then I went just started flying around, and then I realised, like, I'm literally going to be doing this and only this. And then when I found out that you complete the game and then just get sent back to the beginning, I was like, are you serious? I've just spent £60 on the game. £60, $60 is about the same. Like,
yeah.
and you're expecting me to just play through it for 15 to 20 hours or something just to be sent all the way back?
Just to restart, yeah.
Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm
That
sorry.
sounds like something a mobile game would do. Like you progress through, and then you get to upgrade your stuff once you make it to the very end, and you restart, and then and then
Exactly.
it makes it easier. It gets harder, whatever. Sounds like a mobile game.
It's so shit. I just
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. So
Yeah.
you can't really do anything,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That sucks. But No Man's Sky got so much hate.
And but then they updated it, and
Well
apparently
deserved.
it's not too bad now.
I
Apparently,
haven't played
but
it. Yeah.
who knows? Who knows what would happen? Right, what stuff am I missing from E3? Obviously, Bethesda's thing I watched. I watched the whole of Bethesda's E3 conference and Ubisoft's as well. Let's see if it loads up properly. Let's see what they've. Are you more of a Square Enix person? Are you?
I've only played their Dragon Quest games,
No, fair enough.
and that was when I was younger. The Dragon Quest 11 I figured out about not long ago, so I played that like when it came out. I think 2017. Maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting topic to talk about, actually. Obviously, you and I both love Apex,
Yeah.
but obviously with it being a BR and everything, it's got like a couple of critics for it, just for BR in general.
Yeah.
But Bethesda have announced that Fallout 76 is going to have a BR.
Really.
Yeah.
That's kind of awkward.
Where do you think you stand with that? How do you feel about
I haven't played
Fallout?
Fallout before, but isn't it like a PvE type game?
Yeah, and a PvP as well. My FPS was lagging out there, so I'm gonna have to use my phone.
It's kind of like a more, I don't know if you'd say realistic. I haven't really seen a lot of gameplay of it.
It's like
It's like a real life survival game, but in the future, right?
it's just there's so much more that they can do with Fallout than just throw it into BR. It was kind of like when COD announced that they were doing a BR. I was like, all right then, it could work, it couldn't. Like there's certain things that could go wrong, but Fallout having it,
I don't know. I've never
just
really, I can't
no.
really judge too much.
It just confused the hell out of me. I don't know why they did it.
Yeah.
But they've decided to do it, and Bethesda's just. It's the one company that I would have said wouldn't fall into the trap of BR.
Yeah.
Because as is it is a dying genre. Fortnite has completely taken over the genre now.
Yeah.
And PUBG, sure, it still has its viewers and everything, and its lovers and everything, but like the only big streamer now that I see playing PUBG is Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
that's
Ninja.
like here and there.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ninja hop onto it again yet. I haven't even seen Shroud hop onto it again yet.
No.
Like, those are, or were, probably the two biggest players for PUBG that I can think of, besides Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah. There's Shroud. I don't know what Shroud streams. He just probably streams CS:GO and Apex, right?
I think he's streaming.
Has he stopped Apex? Because I haven't seen him upload any Apex videos for
I think he started Battalion 1944 recently.
Oh, okay.
Which is like PvP, kind of like S&D sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that was released in like 2016 or something, but they've made updates to it, and people are really enjoying it at the moment.
That's cool.
And it's only available on Steam.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Karma's playing it, Shroud's playing it, and quite a few other streamers and players in the pro scenes of other genres and stuff are still playing it, and they're all enjoying it. So it's popular. It's doing well, surprisingly. You wouldn't think it, but it is. And there are loads of new games that Bethesda had announced as well. There's this one called Ghostwire, which I think looks really, really interesting. It's like people in Japan are literally disappearing, like they're just vanishing completely. And like your job in that world is to go around Japan and try and figure out why people have just disappeared.
That sounds cool.
It looks really eerie. And the trailer for it was beautiful as well. It was an amazing trailer.
Yeah.
Like just everything about it, like the cuts that they made, like the different things that they showcased as well. It just looks really, really good. And Deathloop as well was another one that they introduced, which is like there's two assassins and one of them's fighting against the cause, one of them fighting for a cause, but they both know that one or the other are the only people that can kill each other. Like they're the only two people that could kill each other, like either one of them. And they just constantly fight it out. Basically, they're constantly fighting each other and trying to win, and
that's pretty cool.
You just revive, I guess. Like you kill them, they revive.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's basically just going to be you have to go around trying to kill a bunch of NPCs and everything, and then there's just on the odd occasion this other assassin will come along, and if you die you restart from like a certain checkpoint maybe.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
But definitely
I've got to head out. I have beach volleyball.
That's cool. I'll see you in a bit.
Right. Yeah, see you later, man.
But yeah, thanks for joining, buddy. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you.
Bye. I mean, if you want to watch more of this with more people, obviously, as well, and not as many errors or issues or anything, and not as big of a delay, then we'll try and see if we can do another one of these. But yeah, do leave it in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube. Let me know what you would like to see, and hopefully I can get a few more people in from Devise. Let me know who you would like to see next as well, so thanks for watching.